Hi students, in this video I'm going to go over the questions on the review for Unit 2B, just from the examples on the left side. Alright, so the first problem is asking to solve for the absolute value equation. You want to check that the absolute value is isolated. In this example it is not, so you need to get rid of the -6 in the front. The number in the front is multiplying right now, so we divide to cancel it. And now you have absolute value of 8x minus 4 equals positive 12. Once you get the absolute value isolated, now you need to decide whether this is no solution or rewrite it into two different equations. So because this is equal to a positive 12, we are going to rewrite it, and it's going to look like 8x minus 4 equals 12, and 8x minus 4 equals negative 12. Then you're going to solve for x, so we're going to add 4 on both sides. 8x equals 16. Let's add 4 over here as well. 8x equals negative 8. Then we're going to divide by 8, so x equals 2. And then divide by 8, x equals negative 1. So those two are the solutions for this equation. All right, the next equation is asking you to solve and find the extraneous solution. So we're still going to go through the process that we did right here. We're going to solve it, but then we have to check which one's the extraneous solution. So you look at what you have and you ask yourself, is the absolute value isolated? In this case, it is. So once it is isolated, now we need to rewrite. So you're going to get one of the equations to look like x plus 9 equals 5x minus 3. And then the other equation is going to look x plus 9 equals negative 5x minus 3. On this side, we need to solve for x. So we need to move the x's to one side. I'm going to go ahead and move the x's to the left side since that's what most of you are used to seeing. So 5x needs to cancel by subtracting 5x. 1 minus 5 is negative 4. So negative 4x plus 9 equals 3. And then we subtract the 9 to cancel the 9 on this side. So we are left with negative 4x equals negative 12. So I believe this is negative 3. So negative 3 minus 9 is negative 12. Then you divide by negative 4. X equals positive 3. In the other equation, we're going to distribute the negative in. So we're going to end up with x plus 9 equals negative 5x plus 3. Then we're going to move the x to the left side, so plus 5x. That results in 6x plus 9 equals 3 minus 9. 6x equals negative 6. Divide by 6. X equals negative 1. So once we have the answer, we will have to check to see which one's extraneous. If we do this in the calculator, you will just store a value in for x and then type the equation. But I also want to show you how to do this by hand. So I'm just going to have here as an example the original equation, x plus 9. So we're going to substitute the 3 in there. So absolute value of 3 plus 9 equals 5 times 3 minus 3. So you just want to check that the left side equals the right side. 3 plus 9 is 12. Absolute value of 12 is 12. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 minus 3 is 12. So this checks that 3 is a solution. Now let's try negative 1. So if I put an absolute value of negative 1 plus 9 equals 5 times negative 1 minus 3. Negative 1 plus 9 is 8. Absolute value of 8 is 8. 5 times negative 1 is negative 5. Negative 5 minus 3 is negative 8. 8 does not equal negative 8. So this right here is your false this is your extraneous solution. Okay? It's asking for which one's the extraneous solution, so that is your extraneous solution. All right, next we have the absolute value of negative 2x minus 4 is less than 8. Absolute value needs to be checked to be isolated. Once it is isolated, then again you decide whether you have to split it or write no solution or infinite real numbers. In this case, it is a positive number, so we are going to split it. You're going to split it by writing negative 2x minus 4, keep the sign, less than 8. Then negative 2x minus 4, flip the sign, greater than negative 8. So when you solve for this, we're going to add 4. Negative 2x is less than 8. And then we're going to divide by negative 2. Because we're dividing by negative 2, the symbol's going to flip. So we're going to have negative 6. Wait a minute. 8 plus 4 is 12. Yeah, I knew there was a mistake. So this 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 divided by negative 2 is negative 6. All right, on this side we add 4. Negative 2x greater than negative 4. Divide by negative 2. Flip the sign. Positive 2 is the answer. So we want to graph this in the little graph right here, and we're going to start with a line for negative 2 and a line, negative 6 and a line for positive 2. Circle on both. They're not equal to, so we're going to leave them open. This symbol right here is x is greater, and this symbol is x is less. Greater than negative 6 is this way, less than 2 is this way. So this is the answer for this, and it will look like this in that test. Negative 6 less than x less than 2. So just be open-minded to seeing the graph version of the answer or the inequality. For this one below, we have absolute value of 3x plus 2. And again, the absolute value is isolated. So we will just have to decide whether to rewrite it or have a special solution. This one is saying an absolute value is less than 0. Absolute values are always positive. So if absolute values are always positive, will they ever be less than 0? That is no. So that means this is a no solution. So the answer here is no solution. All right, last question in the review is this word problem, writing an equation, and all the absolute value equations start with absolute value x minus, and you want to look at the numbers that they talk about, basically which one of these values doesn't change, the one that stays the same, and then it equals which value it varies by or changes. So here, a company produces metal rods designed to be 120 centimeters. Due to the manufacturer limitations, each rod may vary by this much. So we will write absolute value of x minus 120 equals 0.5. So that is the equation. And then it's asking for a minimum or maximum of the rods. So you just basically have 120.5 as your max, because you add it, and then 119.5 as your min, because you subtract it. So you can always solve the equation for this or just logical reason your way through it. Okay, hope this video helps you.